Good morning, boys and girls. Today we are on page 59 of your student journal. We're on page 59, and our objective for the day, or our goal is, today I will use the greater than or less than symbol to compare two numbers. Okay, so boys and girls, this is the same thing we did yesterday. Our goal or our objective is the same, but our problems are going to look a little bit different. Okay, let's look at our vocabulary. We still have our two symbols. We have our greater than and our less than. And remember, the way that I remember is I could write less after this one. So we could write the word less. Okay, we also remember that the alligator grabs the bigger one, or my hand grabs the greater one if it was money. Okay, something new that they added on our vocabulary today is something called a number sentence. And you heard me say this before. It's a number statement that includes an operation with an equal or inequality sign. So when I was reading them and I said 215 is greater than 212, that would be called a number sentence. Okay, let's look at our steps today. It says we're going to draw a place value chart. They actually are going to give us one, so you'll see what that looks like. Then we're going to write both numbers in the chart. And then we're going to compare the digits starting with the hundreds. Remember, we do hundreds, then we do tens, and then we do ones. Okay, so just like yesterday, hundreds, tens, and ones. And then it says we're going to find and circle the greater whole number. And we practiced that yesterday with pictures. Today we'll do it with numbers. And then we'll be filling in the box with the correct symbol. Okay, so I'm going to get started, friends, with my red pen if you want to watch how I'm going to do this. Here is my first problem. My first problem says, which symbol goes in the box to make the number sentence true? So here is my numbers, 267. The box is where they want me to add either a greater than or less than symbol to 278. This is my place value chart. So my steps say to draw one, but they already gave it to me. So this is my ones, tens, and hundreds that we've been talking about. Okay, so my next step is I'm going to write them in. So 267, and my next number is 278. Okay, so remember when I compare, I always start comparing with my hundreds, then my tens, then my ones. So when I look at my hundreds, I have 2 and 2. That doesn't help me. So let's go to my tens. I have 6 and 7. Well, if 7's larger, that means the whole number's larger, which means I want to grab 278. So I'm going to grab 278, and that I could write the word less. So that means it's a less than symbol. So let's read our number sentence. 267 is less than 278. Okay, let's look at my next one. It says, which symbol goes in the box to make the number sentence true? Draw a model to justify your thinking. Okay, so they already drew my place value chart, so I'm going to put my numbers in, 535 and 427. Okay, and then when I compare, I always start comparing hundreds, then tens, and ones. So let's look at my hundreds. 5 and 4. 5 is greater, which means that whole number is greater, which means that's the one I want to grab. Okay, and I can't write less there, so that's a greater than symbol. So my number sentence says, 535 is greater than 427. Okay, they also want me to model it. Model it would be use picture, so I'm going to use my base 10 blocks. So 535 is 1, because this means there's 5 hundreds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 3 10 rods. 1, 2, 3, and 5 1 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 427, ones, tens, hundreds, means there's 4 hundreds. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's 2 10 rods. 1, 2, and there's 7 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, when I compare, I always compare hundreds first. So here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So since I had more hundreds, that means my whole number's larger. So that's the one I want to grab. Okay, so boys and girls, let's try some of these together. We are on page 60 in your student journal, page 60. And here is our first problem. And our first problem says, which symbol goes in the box to make the number sentence true? Okay, so they already made a place value chart for us, so we're just going to put our numbers in. So our first number is 437, and our next number is 549. Okay, remember when we compare, we always compare hundreds, then tens, then ones. So let's look at our hundreds first. We have a 4 and a 5. Well, if 5 is larger, that means the whole number's larger, which means I'm going to grab that one. So let's grab it. And what symbol is this? That's called a less than symbol. So it's our number sentence says 437 is less than 549. Okay, friends, let's look at one more together. This one says, which symbol goes in the box to make the number sentence true? Draw a model to justify your thinking. Okay, so we have 256, and then our comparison box to 259. Okay, so we're going to write our numbers in. So we have 256 and 259. Okay, so remember when we compare, we always compare hundreds, then tens, then ones. So let's look at our hundreds. I have 2 and 2. That doesn't help me. So let's go to my tens. I have 5 and 5. That doesn't help me. So let's go to our ones. We have 6 and 9. 9 is larger, which means that whole number is larger, which means that's what we're going to grab. And again, I could write the word less, so that's a less than symbol. So let's read it. 256 is less than 259. Okay, they want us to draw this, to model it. So that's my ones, my tens, and my hundreds. Okay, so that means we have 200 squares. We have 5 10 rods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we have 6 1 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, that's my ones place value, my tens, and my hundreds. Okay, this one says I have 2 hundreds. I have 5 10 rods, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I have 9 1 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so let's see what we have here. We have 200 squares, because I have to compare my hundreds first. It doesn't help. I have 5 10 rods and 5 10 rods. That doesn't help. I have 6 1 units and 9 1 units. 9 is more, so my whole number's more, so that's the one I would grab, which I did. Okay, so boys and girls, you're going to try some of these on your own. Have a great afternoon.